All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Apologies for the extended break, but we are here for game number 3, UC Los
Woo!
Angeles versus UC San Diego, the Bruins versus the Horchata.
And this is not a replay, even though you may assume that with the bans we're seeing, almost identical to the other two games. Panda, no thank you, says Bruins, not even letting him be considered first ban 3 times in a row. Earth Spirit, the respect ban, caused some chaos or sowed some discord, as his voice line says in the early games. UCSD is not going to allow him through, and we're going to start the draft off with the first pick, Beastmaster. Do you think we're going to see a Witch Doctor counter from Horchata?
Possibly. It didn't seem to. I mean, it did a good amount of work with the Maledict last game, but it just wasn't. I mean, it's hard to say that the hero didn't have impact. It seems like San Diego themselves didn't have impact last game. So it's possible. If it's Comfort Hero, if they think it can fit into their draft, it's still on the table. And, Cask plus Maledict can never really be discounted. It's pretty powerful.
Definitely, and you can even swap out Maldic for leveling up the heal. If you want to push or stick together, group up, get that death ball going. We have been seeing a little bit of Pit Lord action in these other games. We might see him in here too. But as soon as Beastmaster summons a unit in lane, if Witch Doctor's in range for the cask, you're going to get quite a lot of value out of that. One of the reasons Beastmaster is valued so highly right now is his insane laning presence since the buff. So being able to fight back in lane against them, value highly. And we see that UCSD Horchata is actually cutting into the reserve time for their first pick. I never like seeing this because it always feels like they're not sure what they want to do. And going into the draft, I feel like you should have a little bit of a strategy. Obviously, going into reserve time doesn't always mean they're not sure what they're trying to do. And there's the Slardar. Hello, the River Slider.
Pulling immediately into the Dazzle as well. Dazzle's not someone that we see as much, but still has his uses.
Definitely, and Dazzle has the buff for the laning phase with Poison Touch being reset by auto attacks.
Yes, that is so annoying.
That's something I'm very excited to see this game. That's just fun. That's the support action. Second pick coming out before we head into some more bans. What do we have? So start our first pick, obviously. You think we're going to see... Ooh, I don't think we'll see a Nakes pick up by UCSD because of how susceptible he is to Roar, even through Rage. And there's a Lich. So we got some strong laners and we got a Slardar so far. A fish in the laners. Going into the second banning phase, maybe something will be revealed. So far, all we can say is that UCLA values the lanes very highly. They're going to have some push going on. UCSD, Slardar Dazzle doesn't give much away. I'm very excited to see what Dazzle can do with the new Poison Touch if the player so chooses to go that build. First ban cutting into reserve time here. Team trying to decide what they want to do with the information they're giving. Not a lot given away by the Bruins bans. Those are standard bans. We've been seeing those heroes banned or picked every game. Enchantress showing up in the first game. Night Stalker and Panda not even allowed to get played. And the sniper pick.
Yeah, I can see that. Depending on if they're gonna go, if San Diego wants to do a physical draft or anything like that, just Lich Ice Armor, being an Ice Armor vending machine, can make Sniper's life a lot easier. And then having someone like Beastmaster to initiate in front line.
Definitely, and you are correct with Corrosive Haze and with Dazzle. Dazzle also a hero that often builds Medallion of Courage. There's a ton of reduce armor, of minus armor on UCSD Horchata so far. Monkey King ban. Haven't seen him. That's the second time at least he's been banned. I think he's a great hero to watch. I always love when he makes it into the game. And are we going to go to reserve time for ban number 5 for the Horchatas? Yes, we are. So both teams, or especially the Horchata, really discussing the strat. And there's the clockwork.
You never like to see this when a team is taking this much time.
Definitely.
Drafting, you can tell that they're really uncomfortable, they're really off balance, and they might, it's where a lot of the big out drafts happen, is in these times where one team is under so much pressure.
Of course, definitely. I agree with you. And on the flip side, when a team, I said it mentioned in game one, when a team is just boom, 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 snap picking, it puts a lot of pressure on the other team. Maybe we'll see Bruins pick up on the Horchata. They're going to reserve time again. They're less than a minute of reserve time. It doesn't guarantee that they're uncertain with what, or it does say they're uncertain, but it doesn't guarantee they're going to be outdrafted. Maybe they're using this time effectively, and we're going to see them do the outdraft. But the Bruins benefit from the time that the Horchata is spending. Let's see where they're going to go. Almost getting down to half a minute left. Tiny, there he is. Made it all the way to game 3, second phase. It seems kind of silly that much bonus time was reserved for one of the most contested heroes in competitive Dota at the moment.
Yeah, and I do like the draft. The Dazzle being picked up is really going to be able to help Tiny. He can get in there and just smack the crap out of people. And that little bit of extra life when he's low can really help him out. If they get any kind of healing to pair with him, which I don't see the opportunity really here, but it is possible. Slardar is going to help him smack the crap out of people as well.
And Slardar is a counter to Tiny. Speaking of, Tiny and Beastmaster, fun interaction. Boar, Tiny hates being kited. He's really susceptible to kiting, and Boar is great at that. As well as Roar doesn't. Tiny definitely doesn't like to be roared. They do have the Dazzle to help with the Roar. But Tiny can also, as the game goes later and later, just absolutely obliterate that Beastmaster army, especially when Beastmaster, if Tiny can initiate on Beastmaster the second he casts a spell and just combo everything down. Ooh, that's some damage right there with the cleave. That's some easy farm. I'm excited to see what UCLA does. They're actually in the reserve time. Response to the Tiny is the Earthshaker. I love it. That's just a fun hero. I don't think Earthshaker's ever had a boring game in the history of Dota. You can quote me on that.
Yeah, we saw in the first series of the day some fantastic Earthshaker play. And he's got some really good potential here as well. Fissure blocks alone, making sure that there's plenty of targets staying in range of a Chain Frost, as well as just more and more lockdown being piled into this UCLA draft. Horchata, though, the bristle butt.
So there's some synergy with Dazzle, just because he's a pain in the butt to kill already, and Dazzle makes anyone else more difficult to kill. My problem with Bristleback is I feel like all too often Bristlebacks get what I like to call Bristleback syndrome, which can happen on any hero, but most often...
I know I do.
Oh, you're playing a tanky hero?
I've got my Vanguard done. I can't die.
Impossible to kill me. 2 points in Bristleback. Let me fight your fountain. And then they see them stuck. Because again, Bristleback, he's not going to build farming items, especially first. And it's too often you see a Bristleback fall behind early on, try and recover by farming Ancients, which is really his only comeback mechanic. And it's not that effective, especially when you have a Tiny who's going to want to be taking those Ancients with the tree. Bristlebacks just end up losing. Too often, Bristleback ends up losing their lane and spending the rest of the game trying to recover in jungle while all of their towers go down and eventually their game and they have almost no impact. So what I'm hoping not to see is that. What I'm hoping to see is Bristleback do great in lane. That Ice Armor, though, just looks so good. 3 melee heroes here. All 3 of them want to be actually getting those right clicks in. Ice Armor does a great job of dealing with that. And there's Timbersaw. Hello,
Ooh.
3 strength heroes.
This looks so good for this Timber.
I was loving UCSD. I was loving their draft. As much as I'm scared for the Bristleback, I was loving their draft. But Timbersaw, nope. Just completely swung me. I'm feeling UCLA right now. I'm feeling UCLA hard.
What does San Diego even have in their wheelhouse at this point to round out this draft?
I think they have to grab something ranged here. What do they do?
Ranged physical or ranged magical? Because Timbersaw, like, you need the magic. They could get a Storm for themselves, maybe. A little more lockdown, a little more instant lockdown for Timber.
Storm doesn't feel that bad, actually. I like Storm. The only thing Storm has to worry about is the roar.
Yeah.
But they have a Dazzle for that. Dazzle Storm. Oh, God. Oh, no. Doing Dazzle Storm to someone. That's rough. I want to see what they do with the bench. They get rid of the OD. They don't want to play against OD, another hero that abuses intelligence rather than strength. What is UCLA scared of playing against? What do they think? They think their team is worried about more big ol' fighters. That's even a strength hero being banned out.
Yeah, but it's
Husk-
Huskar, Dazzle Huskar.
It is, yeah, exactly, exactly.
I don't think that would have been. I don't think Huskar would have been the play here this game anyway. But it is one of those things that can just be unstoppable if you don't have any good ways to deal with it.
Definitely. I would be happy to see. I wouldn't actually. CK wouldn't be that great. Nakes could be pretty good on UCLA.
They've got the roar though. Oh, on
Arc
LA.
Warden.
Oh boy.
Yeah, yeah. For LA, the Nakes, but there's Arc Warden. That's just Tiny's going to have an awful game getting kited, and I think Bristleback's going to have the same problem here.
It's really going to be on the Slardar to get a good blink up and be able to get good initiations, good pickoffs.
This is going to be a PPD position 6 Dazzle here.
Yeah.
All right, what do we have? What do we round this draft out with? We have 24 seconds because reserve time's used. Arc Warden is definitely a hero that's difficult to plan around. I'm really liking UCLA's draft. What can we do? What can we do to bring this back? Yeah, you can't do CK. It's too much. There's the storm. All right.
I think it's the best option they had at this point.
I like it's like I'm gonna give a slight favor UCLA, but I really could see this going anywhere. These teams they scrap is the thing. Like we know going to this game, we know both these teams love scrapping. And both these teams have scrappy lineups. I'm going to favor UCLA slightly in the draft. I think Ice Armor is just going to do work. It's so easy. I think it's going to be so hard to get a Slardar or Blink Dagger when he has to share farm with Bristleback, Storm Spirit, and Tiny. Timbersaw obviously is great against Slardar, Tiny, and Bristleback. Storm Spirit's a little bit hard to lock down, though. They have the Roar, but they also have the Grave. I think, honestly, the draft isn't going to be a great indicator. I think what's going to happen is it's just like what we said game 2 after seeing what happened game 1. The indicator we should watch out for is the first team fight is going to be the early game. I think the first
Carlton,
15 minutes here.
Are you loading into this game, or are you just sitting here looking at the heroes?
I'm just looking at heroes, man, talking to my friend.
Oh, boy.
How about you? Are we having issues? I think we might be having issues.
There we go. Jeez. Golgi and I had that happen. It was pretty weird. The thing I just see here is that UCLA, yeah, they're scrappy teams. I want to give I'll give a draft what feels like a draft advantage over to UCLA. Anything can happen in this game. UCSD showed us in that first game that they lost every single lane and they just took fights after that. But I mean, UCSD is going to be dealing with an Arc Warden pushing them and a Beastmaster pushing them.
Yeah, I gotta go to the Arc Warden. Arc Wardens, you gotta give them the advantage here, I think. But again, first 15 minutes, all these scraps, I think, is what's going to be the defining moment because I really could see this going any way in the first 15 minutes. I still give the advantage to Team Arc Warden in the early game as well because Storm Spirit's not going to want to be too active unless people go to him.
All right, and finally, the final time as a league game, we want to let you know who is playing. We have UCLA on the Radiant, and it will be Oliver playing the Beastmaster, Cute Indian Guy on the Earthshaker. Timbersaw is Triple X, Arc Warden played by Patience, and finally Lich will be RG.
Zip Zap with my strongest ellipsis is on the Storm Spirit. Shuabu is on the Bristleback. Hopefully he owns his lane and doesn't get stuck trying to farm all game. Attila likes to play the big boys and he's playing Tiny. Slardar's getting played by Life So Tough. And Ludimir is on Dazzle looking to be annoying and keep people's life bars from dropping to 0. Maybe some action top lane. Tiny versus Beastmaster.
Tiny will get the rune.
Actually goes for the boar. There it is.
Man, I gotta say, Cute Indian Guy has been such a menace on these roamers.
Yeah.
It feels scary for him to be on the Earthshaker as well.
Speaking of roamers, Storm Spirit roamed over and picked up 2 bounty runes before he got to his lane that Dazzle blocked for him.
Beautiful, and a better block coming out of the Dazzle.
But there seems to be one less creep suspiciously on the Radiant side. Lich, did you have something to do? Look at this. We have 5 heroes mid, just about 6 heroes mid. Almost, in the mid area. Patient's already at half health against the Storm Spirit. No range creep.
Yeah, the other two lanes are just one-on-ones.
Yeah.
Finally, Dazzle gonna come and show up to deal with Beastmaster.
And Lich showing up too. 2-on-2 top, 2-on-2 mid. And we have Bristleback versus Timbersaw.
It's not going to be fun for Bristle.
No,
but I mean,
this is
as
not
long
what we
as he
want to see.
doesn't right-click and just quills, then he'll be able to get some good damage out. But
Timbersaw doesn't come to lane with a full magic wand. 4 charges. He might go. No, he won't go for this.
Yeah, Timber can just force the creeps to hit him to keep his armor up, and that's going to really ruin Bristleback's day.
Your boy, cute Indian guy, roaming in. He might be able to get a seal. Nope. Oh, he does get the seal.
Block. Oh, beautiful onto him. Now Patience gets some good damage, but with My Strongest is running. Now Arc Warden's on the wrong side of the tracks. Trying to get back. They should get 1-2 more shots. No. He's just going to salve up with My Strongest. Not able to cancel the salve. Looked like they were in a pretty good position for that, but...
Not quite. Storm Spirit noticed too soon. Backed up. Seal didn't do much. Cute Indian guy backed up to get his potion. For Spirit.
He didn't back up. He just went aggressive with the Slaughter with him.
Arcane Rune bottom. Dazzle connects the pole. Has his rune stolen by cute Indian guy, who then runes the pole.
Oh,
what,
beautiful. He will absolutely pay with his life.
Oh,
Life's so
and
tough,
for the
gonna get
Slardar.
the first kill.
That's great. Slardar loves to get boots because it's the hardest thing with Slardar is getting on top of people early on, and he needs to get a Blink Dagger with a very greedy lineup, especially with a Bristleback who's going to be suffering in the early game and taking up some of the farm. How's Beastmaster doing for CS? 6-6 on Beastmaster against Tiny, who's 9-4. Tiny obviously has lane support and a tree grab to help him last hit. Gaining levels mid. Arc Warden does slightly out-level the Storm Spirit. Thank you, Lich. Arcane Rune's picked up by the Fisher Machine. He's going to come back mid looking for that seal against the low
hit
man.
Lich. And then here comes Life So Touch. A crutch into the avalanche. Oh, SD is now really playing together.
Oh, yes. I like that. That was slick. And Tiny actually went for the cleave smash. He didn't get the last hit, but he smashed the board to cleave it onto the Slardar there. Or not the Slardar, rather, the Lich. Or Spirit, looking for that seal with Arcane Rune.
Ooh. He's going to get him into the Spark Wraith as well. Forces him to
Gets
stay
a teleport.
There for a minute. Oh, Life's So Tough's going to TP in.
So, top farm in the game on the Timbersaw. Timbersaw's having a friend roam in. Oh, he's still being chased.
Finally hits it.
There it is. This magic wand just paying off. 2 points Timber Chain. I like it. He doesn't need to go reactive armor super hard because he knows Bristleback's never really going to hit him. Oh, and the regen rune, but no ball lightning. For Spirit, though. This could look...
Yeah.
Ooh.
If they can get him crushed. Yes,
Nice.
they're going to stop the Fisher from coming out. He's trying to TP. Oh, they already used the crush, so he makes it out.
Ooh, that feels good. That always feels great. By the way, I love watching a Tiny with 0 points and Grow carry a tree, as it's a great model. It's Patience. Getting slithered on by Slardar. Are they going to go for it, though?
He's got the mana for one crush.
Here it
comes
is.
the sprint. It's going. They're going to try and fight. The crush will connect. There it is. And then they've got the remnant. Now, Patience. They got to block him up, but they don't have the damage. He's back under the tower. They can't ball in. They won't be able to stop this now. A return flux onto the Fisher. Life so tough. His life is tough right now. Beastmaster also very, very low in his lane. Gonna have to get
Slardar
out.
went for that one extra hit, and I think that's what he lost his life for that. He went for one extra hit, took tower damage, and was just completely set up, turned around on. I think if he just played it cool and didn't go for that last hit, he would have been fine.
Oh, Shuabu. Not in the place he wants to be right now. He did all this to pick up a Quelling Blade. He should be fine.
Uh-oh.
Oh, if he turns around like this, if he just ran back to tower, I think he's fine. He still could be fine. Triple X, though,
We have
he's
both
going to
spells
chase him
up.
pretty hard. Here comes the Remnant. Oh, and a Fissure is coming in to assist now. The Chakram is just blowing through, doing
There
so
it
much
is.
damage. Triple X is very low. Ah, but the TP gets
Dazzle.
canceled.
Dazzle gets there just in time. Just kidding. And double damage rune top. We have 3 heroes have been sitting out, protecting this Tiny, kind of working the jungle while Tiny farms away.
Storm is taking so much damage. He's got to be careful. He gets a Flux onto him. That was so hairy.
Whew. And Dazzle sneaking around. Got a ward set up on top of another ward. Double damage still hanging out top. Tiny's getting a lot of attention given him to make sure he gets free farm, but he's still failing to keep up with this Timber Saw. I'm really, really liking Radiant UCLA. I'm giving them a huge advantage. As we talked about this multiple times already in those 6 minutes in the game, what's Bristleback to do if he falls behind like this? Just soak up farm and not really do much else. Oh, right here by mid lane. Cute Indian guy.
Cute Indian guy is going to try and go for a gank here, but will go down. Ludimer going to pay with a spark right to the face, but he gets the Grave off now. They could try and go on to Patience. They get the crush. They're going to catch him, but with my strongest still doesn't have ball lightning. Oh, no.
Lich just soloing against Tiny. Tiny's going Blink Dagger first, it looks like. I like that a lot. That's going to allow him to create space for his team as well as get kills. Obviously, position 1's usually the one you want to create space for, and Bristleback's a space creator. It looks like they're going to have a bit of a role reversal here if we do see a Blink Dagger picked up first.
Shuabu. He's got to go for the damage or he's got to get out. He's just going to die.
Ouch.
Just going to die. Whoop, whoop.
I think we've seen that one a few times before.
Oh no, and Ludimer is trying to come here to help, but Cute Indian guy is going to recognize the TP in, comes down here, gets a nice Fissure block. With my strongest is here, he finally has ball lightning, but there's no Dazzle. So he just walks away.
Just walks off.
Walks away from that explosion.
Double bounty, round 2 for Storm Spirit. And then a regen with the ball lightning. And the Bloodstone first from Timber. Timber doesn't care. Timber has no mana. He just walks up and starts smacking Bristle again. Timber is not scared of this Bristle butt whatsoever.
Yeah, he's going to get wand charges, so he ain't as scared.
Patience accidentally fluxes a creep mid lane instead of Storm Spirit. Oh
Shubu's
no.
stacking a lot of quills, though. He could get it. Triple X here. Triple X here now. He's got his mana boots here in a moment. Should be able to Timber Chain away, makes it to the tower, and that will force Shubu back. Oh, this poor Bristle.
He wanted that. He needed that. He couldn't get it. Tiny with the Blink Dagger, though. He can definitely...
I don't think it's been revealed.
They should know now.
They should know now.
The 1 point in tree does reduce the damage on his combo, obviously. What's he going to do with it? If he sees that Lich is donezo. Look at Bristleback. Bristleback manning up. Not enough, though. Storm Spirit forced to go in jungle.
Is going to make this go very poorly for him.
Mm-hmm. And I do believe that Tiny is what UCSD needs Tiny to make some space for his teammates. Storm needs some room. Bristleback needs some room. Tiny's the only one who can do that. Blink Dagger is the perfect tool. Let's see what he does with it. We've seen Attila do work with these early items. Let's see if he can do it one more time. Storm Spirit in a rough spot here.
Yeah, Spark Race just all over the place. His regen is gone already, regen rune, so he's here in the mid. God, the Spark Race everywhere.
Everywhere, sneaking around, lurking, little landmines.
He's gonna eat
Jeez,
two of them
oh
and
my
the flux.
God.
Oh no, he's gonna be able to
17 wand charges.
Jeez. This Arc Warden is a menace. Shuabu once again getting chased down. He's caught by a fissure, blown up under his own tower.
Poor guy.
Attila not making any space with this Blink Dagger yet.
He just did an aggressive blink, but it was a couple seconds late. Oh. And as we can see, I mean, Beastmaster's holding the Roar, which I don't like. But in holding the Roar, he's defending top, stopping Tiny from taking that tower. And in stopping Tiny from taking that tower, it's stopping Tiny from opening up room to walk around on the map. He's keeping Tiny here. Essentially, we just
Here they
saw...
go. They're trying to get onto Patience. They're going to have the crush. They got it. They've got Ball Lightning this time around, and now they should be able to finally get the kill. It's going to cost... No! With my strongest and... Life's So Tough going down. UCLA.
And they might even get this tower.
Absolutely, I think they will.
So, Tiny's being kept top because Beastmaster won't rotate. Beastmaster won't roar because he won't rotate, which sucks. Oh, here we go. Blink Dagger. What?
Tree?
No.
Oh, it's going to hit. Okay, they're trying to go. They're going to find cute Indian guy. Finally, a toss should put Life So Tough's fat butt.
Tower was taken by the Radiant.
Now Shubu looks like he's going to get run down under tower again? No, he will get back.
Beastmaster's chasing Dazzle in the top lane.
Dazzle's going to try and run away. Oliver
has Grave still.
He doesn't have a roar either.
There's the portal.
Oh my goodness. Patience is just running over this game.
Yeah, they really needed a mid. There's that Midas. Oh, we're going to see him accelerate. Midas is so good. Oh, bottom lane, some action. XXX is getting cocky.
Yeah, he's chasing down Shubu.
Well deserved, though.
Here. Yeah, he's allowed to be cocky, it looks like. Chain forward, he is going to get the Chakram onto Shubu.
Nice.
Will claim the kill.
Mega kill.
He would have loved Storm there, who got
Patience
low,
on Storm.
Oh no, Spark Race coming in. 1-2, and the Flux, they get a heal onto him. They don't have a Grave now. He is absolutely going to go down again.
This might be a double.
Patience is so deep. Spark Race won't connect this time. Ludimers to the high ground. Arc Warden, he is going to win this game for them. They've got an Avalanche.
But look at Tiny.
Combo, but Patience, now he could finally go down. Life So Tough still does not have any Corrosive Haze. Oh, he's going to jump in. There we go. One more shot will do it to the face, and that was money for our Attila.
Made space, though. Top tower is going to go down. I mean, obviously, trading Patience is rough, and this tower is not super high value, but it is a trade.
Trade's a trade.
Trade's a trade. Can't argue that. I was going to say, the Tiny... I really like the Blink Dagger pickup, but essentially we had a Tiny buy a Blink Dagger and just keep hitting creeps. This is a game where I think he could have done the typical Sanjasha or even another item. Blink Dagger's great. I don't think it's great for sitting in lane and hitting creeps, though, and it looks like that's what they want to do. They're just trying to grasp at any farm they can because their cores are having such a rough time. Arc Warden still top MMR. Or top MMR.
He's going to do another fissure block here on the top. I think Shubu could be in some trouble. No, everyone's backing up. Attila's jumping in aggressively. He's looking for RG. He's got his tranks up, so he's fast. He's a fast little boy.
He is quick. He's regenning. He's out of there. Oh. Uh-oh, Storm Spirit.
Yeah, he's getting jumped on by Triple X. Oh, Triple X could find him. He gets under the shrine. Now we've got TPs in. They might be able to get a kill onto Triple X. The chain doesn't latch. Life So Tough is chasing him down, but they're all splitting up. They're so fragmented. They don't have any damage to actually do anything to Timber here. He starts TPing out. The crush is gonna miss. They're just panicking now.
No. That just happened, says Oliver twice. In case you missed it the first time.
Spark Race gonna find Ludimer. Ludimer almost dead. Tiny does find cute Indian guy. He's got a flux on him. Cute Indian guy is making his way away, but a mile away with that tree hit. Attila will claim a kill on cute Indian guy.
What's Beastmaster doing? Beastmaster has his Blink Dagger and he's going right into that Necro. And this timing is a lot better than the timing last game. Slaughter might actually be in trouble, but he does have two teammates. And again, okay, Arc Warden is just 500 gold behind the Timbersaw, but keep in mind Arc Warden gets to cast Midas twice. That is what Timbersaw did bottom lane. Call the cops because he murdered that lane.
I have to say, SD does have one advantage, is that they can have a plan for their team, and their team is all executing it. Unfortunately, that plan is Panic.
Yes. Well, yes. Slardar is the exemplary strategy there with the Mist Crush. Ouch, that felt bad, but...
Attila gonna eat a Spark Wraith and a Chakram as well. Patience is going in.
They want this.
Oh, they are gonna find it, but the Chain Frost now is gonna do so much work. Shuabu getting blown up. Only the Dazzle going down so far. They've got the Arc Warden. They could turn this around. They've lost Shuabu. They do get a return kill onto Indian Guy, and now Triple X under the tower. That is 2 very big kills they just cleaned up for themselves. RG as well.
Oh my
This is what
gosh.
San Diego needed.
Insanity. This is exactly what they needed. What did UCLA get too cocky? How does that? I mean, Earthshaker, it happened. They did what they needed to do.
Arc Warden's pulling the bristleback now, getting a little cocky.
Oh, definitely. Bristleback syndrome is contagious. We saw, and I have seen XXX get cocky. Patience getting cocky too. Definitely, especially going Midas first. You can't. It's not a fighting item. It's a farming item. He's been doing so much work with his spells in 1-on-1s or 2-on-1s. When it comes down to 5-on-5, the Midas is not the fighting item he needs. Lost some charges on the Bloodstone for Timbersaw too. Extra value in that fight. That's exactly what they needed. That is exactly what they needed. Timbersaw is still dominating that net worth chart, but Tiny able to do some work. He's going for the Echo Saber. I love Echo Saber on Tiny. Helps his initial burst with the Blink Dagger. Also is a great farming item and gives him stats he needs.
Slardar almost has his Blink Dagger.
That's going to be huge. Massive power spike for Slardar. Even this is a much better timing than I expected from him as well.
Absolutely, with that start. They sacrificed so much to try and help Storm Spirit there, and Patience just dumped all over him. There was that time he got the double kill that he started out with, like the first real big kills that we saw in the mid.
UCLA looks a little tilted from that because look at the map right now. UCSD is taking full advantage of the map while UCLA is all grouped up. All right, they want to go for the smoke. They're going to do it behind an unsmoked XXX, a 13 armor with no stacks of reactive, 10 bloodstone charge.
Oh, they're going to find Attila. Attila's got to blink out. No, he doesn't get it. Fissure into him. Here comes the roar. Everything flux.
Dazzle's coming.
They're dropping everything. They're not going to be able to get him. And UCSD has to back out. They can't try and fight right now. Shuabu about to take so much damage. He could be in a lot of trouble. Good damage though. No, Shuabu is actually doing enough damage now. They're turning it around. They're able to get the Arc Warden. Triple X wants to go on to With My Strongest, but With My Strongest could go the other way. Life So Tough is going to be able to crush him. They've got the haze on him. Ludimer and Shuabu now. He tries to chain away, but he's just taking shots. Chakram's coming out. Shuabu, he's got the tank that he needs now to be able to stay in this. Triple X turns around and tries to go on to With My Strongest, but a ball lightning now. Another crush. He's healing up, and he's taking so long to kill, but they will finally get him. And that was another big fight going over to SD.
3 for 1. Even Timbersaw is unkillable, but he's not able to do the damage they need, I guess. So much space, but he's a space creating machine, but I guess that was great in the laning phase, but once the team fights start coming, he's not putting up the deeps they need. They even took out the Tiny first. That's insane. I actually can't believe how well UCSD was able to turn that around and actually win that. Tiny goes down first. Timbersaw's unkillable, and they still managed to trade 3 heroes for Tiny. I think that was great. If you're going to counter-initiate on that fight, you got to go on the high-priority target, which is Patience. Again, Hand of Midas, and he went Maelstrom. These are 2 farming items, 2 items that give him 0 stats. He's this massive amount of net worth he's accumulated. He's spending it on absolutely 0 stats on his economic items. And that's great. That's really great to build a lead up, but he's built 2 farming items and he's just fighting with them. That's not ideal. It's almost like what we saw with the Tiny, who built Blink Dagger and then sat around hitting creeps. That bothered me at first, but that does not compare to having 2 fighting R items on Arc Warden and then just going into fights and dying. He doesn't have the health pool. Yeah, 2 farming items, Maelstrom and Midas. 0 stats on either of those, on both of those.
Yeah, and
I'll go right ahead.
Them getting the Blink Dagger on Slardar was just such a big...
Oh, yeah.
It was unexpected, and that actually shows that SD is really back in this game almost.
Definitely.
Look at net worth.
There we are.
Net worth chart.
Check that out.
Big peak, and then just turned around.
Ouch. Roller coaster. Storm Spirit is right behind Timbersaw, who is dominating net worth for the first 10 minutes of this game, first 15 almost. And Slardar, so no matter when you get your Blink Dagger, no matter how late or how early, Blink Dagger on Slardar is a massive power spike, and he had Slardar this game by Life So Tough. Great timing for how greedy his team is and how starved they were for farm. Now they're starting to pick up their items, and I think they're going to be able to maybe even get some Death Ball going or turn a Smoke Gank into a lot of objectives. However, same can be said for UCLA with Beastmaster. Every time they take a kill, they're given an inch, they're going to take a mile. Beastmaster turns almost any one engagement into an objective with his aura. Game slows down a little bit. Both teams just trying to make use of their map. Storm Spirit with the Kaya going for the Bloodstone. Bloodstone on Timbersaw down to 7 charges.
Attila could have this Echo Saber out right now if he wanted.
Echo Saber is great because it does give him the burst, it gives him the stats, it gives him the double attack. But the attack speed is really the biggest thing with the new Tiny, with having 0 agility, not having it as a stat. All the pro players... Oh, bottom lane.
Beastmaster's going to get jumped on by With My Strongest. He tries to go for the roar, but he jukes it with the ball.
With My Strongest is feeling it. That was slick. Brush the dust off your shoulders before you get smoke ganked here.
Attila.
If they get both these heroes, this is huge.
Attila's going to find them instead. He's going to start beating into them. Attila's taking quite a lot of damage, but they're going to use a big Chain Frost as well. Now With My Strongest has to go away.
Creeps.
RG and Indian guy, no! It's bouncing into the creeps. Life's so tough. He wants to get some kill. He gets a crush onto one.
Double.
He's trying to go down onto Indian guy right now. He didn't get the haze, so he doesn't know where he is. Won't get the shot onto him. Now Patience trying to TP out. They have no way to stop him, especially with the deep dive from Slardar. Oh, that was good for LA, though. Very good for LA.
Oh, yes. They got both cores. Hello. Arc Warden making waves on that net worth chart again. But lanes are in position. UCSD can pressure bottom T2 a bit. They're not going to commit. Beastmaster will show up to counter. In the meantime, Space Creating Machine Timbersaw going to roll out top.
Oh, man. Bristleback has his full pipe done and even picked up a Medallion of Courage as well. The pipe is going to help so much against this onslaught of Spark Race. And
Definitely.
then, of course, they've already got a minus armor draft with the Dazzle and with the Slardar. So adding...
Yeah, this is going to be an aggressive Solar Crest. Not too worried about right clicks. Most of the damage is going to be coming from spells. Solar Crest will also often be used here to help out with the Corrosive Haze. Slardar roaming around with his Blink Dagger, looking to do work with it, and he's picking up Force Staff. Force Staff goes hand in hand with Blink Dagger. If you can buy a Blink Dagger, you almost always can buy a Force Staff. 4 heroes here on UCLA roaming around together. Are they going to try and do something, or are they just taking the jungle? Strength in numbers. Medallion of Courage picked up on Lich. Going to turn into Solar Crest, the counter crest. Orchid on Arc Warden looking to be picked up. Great against Storm, great against Tiny, who has low cooldowns. Great against every single hero on the enemy team, actually. That's what I like to see. That's a damage item. We have 4 people hit by a smoke. Beastmaster's just going to hang out. Scan goes. They know someone's there.
Shuba's going to break the smoke. Oh, but he's trying to go in aggressively. No! Bristleback Syndrome a bit, but Slardar is going to come and get a crush. Chain Frost goes. It only hits onto 1. With My Strongest tries to jump in, but he's fighting against 5 right now with very few of his team there. He's silenced up. That was not the time to fight.
Oh, no. Storm had the right idea. I think he was the only one with that idea. He just went in. The fight wasn't going well, and Storm just committed to Patience hard. Storm does have his Bloodstone, so he has reduced respawn, but I don't think it's worth it because he just threw those charges right out the window. Kaya Bloodstone. He's got the mana. He just needs to get the initiation, it looks like. That fight just went swimmingly for UCLA, and they're about to get this snowball rolling. Orchid finished on Arc Warden. Null or Lotus Orb picked up on Timbersaw.
I think that the Bristleback is really the one who set that up to go poorly for San Diego.
Oh, yeah.
Because he saw the Spark Wraith, and rather than bailing because his team was somewhat fragmented, he went super aggressively. And he has to expect that they're 5-man ganking. They've been doing it this entire game and last game.
And he just got the notification that the scan went out. That didn't give it away as well. I think he just thought he was more tanky. I think he thought he was a bit more tanky than he actually is, because he is the best target to get gone on. He is. If UCSD is going to get ganked, they want Bristleback to be the one killed or the one initiated on, but he's just not tanky enough to withstand that. They took out Bristleback and took everyone along with him. Let's see. UCSD just trying to stick together, get the farm they can. UCLA likely going to push these lanes out. Their lanes were pushed in during that smoke. I imagine they're going to push these lanes out and then try and make a move with that Aegis they picked up on Patience. Dazzle. Poor guy, position 6. He's got his mana boots. Here's a smoke. Here's a smoke. Hello. Lanes are pushed out. This is great for UCSD. Let's see if they can get back in the game with this play.
They're not gonna find anyone though. Look, they took the bot direction, and once again, LA is grouped up. They are together. They're gonna go together for another objective push.
Storm potentially giving away their position with a static remnant. Purple knows what's going on. They have the Beastmaster Bird, and we're going to have Timbersaw sit on the high ground. The smoke is going to get popped, and I don't think there's going to get the initiation they want. The Courier? Oh no, I don't know if that's what you wanted to do. Give away your position for that? You really need a team fight win right now. How is this fight going to start?
Ooh,
Tiny and Earthshaker standing beside each other.
Oh, all right. Tiny jumps in. He's going to be able to get the kill. No Chain Frost today, but that Echo Slam does so much damage. Straight into the damage from Triple X. State of the Union is that you're all going to die today. Shuabu taking a lot more damage today, and he is out. Storm Spirit, the sole survivor of this fight. They even lost their tier 2. And
for a Lich and a Courier.
Yeah, and they are going to force buybacks here. The economic damage is back in full effect. 8k lead for UCLA. And the high ground is looking so easy.
They're going to crush this lane. They might go for more. Oh, God, the tower's melting right now. And I think it started going poorly when they went for that Courier. That Courier is obviously great, 150 gold to everyone, but you just give your position away. Earthshaker was so ready for that. He stood in the trees. He was standing beside Slardar and beside Tiny before that fight even started.
The Tempest double is just zoning them so bad.
Yeah. What's Tiny supposed to do? And they're playing it smart. They don't want to lose the series. Game 3 here. Oh, no.
Look, my strongest jumping in onto Patience, but they get a fissure onto him, into a flux immediately. They're going to start turning this around right away. Earthshaker does take an avalanche, and cute Indian guy, he's trying to run away. They get a crush onto him. They do get Storm Spirit out of there, and actually it will be a successful kill
it's
on
something.
Ludimer. Trying to get the damage in. No, Triple X is not scared here. He's going to go aggressively into Ludimer. Ludimer probably going to die. Now, Attila, though,
meantime, Beastmaster
does have the damage. Life's so tough, jumping in, crush onto Timbersaw, but RG is back already. The fight is going to be very fragmented. Yeah. Here comes the Tempest double. Triple X re-engaging the whole time. Beastmaster's going to push in the bot, and they aren't going to be able to handle this. They have to back up.
I think UCSD knows they can't be taking this fight. Beastmaster pushed the wave all the way up. He's getting a ton of farm. He's about to put a ton of pressure on them. Mid lane's pushed in, top lane's pushed in. UCLA just needs to heal up, and they're in a great position to make an aggressive move here with the smoke. Look for a kill. But yeah, that fight top, killing the Courier is almost always so valuable to kill the Courier, but in that situation, giving away your position is not what you needed. They needed the team fight win. The Courier gold's great, but that's not what's going to get them back in the game. They need to take the heroes out. And Earthshaker was just ready. He stood in the trees, set up that huge dunk, and they just traded everyone for a Courier and a Lich. Courier, Lich, take looks at lane of racks. God, this Arc Warden's starting to go off here. Level 3 Necro. Beastmaster has the recipe, just needs to get the Courier. It's gone. Gonna go for the bots too. Attila wants to go BKB, but Roar really messes that up.
Alright.
Oh.
They're going on Bristleback. This could be the setup they want if they're putting a lot of attention into here. Earthshaker's going to get caught and stopped in the back line, but Life So Tough needs to be really careful. He is going to get found. Fissure up, and now Life So Tough has very low chances of getting out of here. Trying to TP, but they are able to roar him. Oh boy, Life is so tough for Life So Tough.
This tower is gone. They're going to take the shrines as well. Safe play. They might even push. They have the advantage. They don't have Roar, though, or Tempest Double. Tempest Double up in 30. I would imagine they take the shrine, the tower, and then go for T3. Or, oh, Aegis just went down. Safest play would go shrine, shrine, back up, wait for Roche. See what they do. Tower goes down. Looks like they just want it. No Slardar. 20 seconds of push. Who cares about Roar? Who cares about Tempest Double?
Yeah, 10 seconds for a Tempest Double. They can absolutely get this thing in the back line, really causing problems.
Necro 3 as well. With the Courier
Race alone, look at him. He's just stacking them back here. That's going to buy time. Here comes the Tempest Double. He's going to throw the bubble up, and now putting Spark Race in the back, just keeping everyone zoned out. Shuabu once again trying to close the gap. He gets the He gets the pipe up onto the buildings. They're going to have an avalanche, but nothing really happening. They're not doing any damage. They're not stopping this push. Triple X taking a lot of damage. They got to jump in and a crush. It's going to hit onto Patience, but Patience is ready to fight. Now, a Chain Frost is going to start doing quite a bit of damage. They do finally take one down. It's Slardar, who is out aggressively. They're going to start chasing them down. Triple X could be in some trouble, but another Echo Slam. Now, Triple X is still fine. Tiny going down. The Storm Spirit buyback from Shuabu, but I don't think they have any way to stay in this game now. The final set of racks will go down, and they can even just push it straight into the tier 4s.
They're just go for this mid lane. Got the auras, got the spells, got the health, got the hero advantage. Oh god. I think that might be
and
it.
there is
Godlike.
the GG call.
That's it. That's our game. That's our series. I love it. That was a great series. That was a scrappy series. This game, I mean, Timbersaw in the laning phase. It's to be expected against Bristleback. We knew that lane wasn't going to go well for Bristle, but boy, did it go bad for Bristle, or boy, did it go great for Timbersaw. Another thing I like to talk about is the Blink Daggers. We saw Tiny pick up a Blink Dagger, and I really like that because I thought he would be the one. He could make the space. He could start putting the pressure on. He could start roaming around, killing everyone. He could still play the position 1 role, but he wouldn't do it as a creep farmer. He'd do it as a hero farmer. But he did a mistake we see every so often in Seal. Not necessarily a mistake, but something that's a little bit rough to watch, where you build an item that's meant for ganking and you hit creeps with it. He built a Blink Dagger. He revealed it in lane just last hitting, so they knew they had to play around it. If Tiny was off the map, then UC San Diego, or rather UCLA, knew that Tiny was looking for a kill, and then he ended up just doing not too much with the Blink Dagger. Speaking of Blink Daggers, Slardar, great Blink Dagger timing. I don't know where he got that money from, but he used that Blink Dagger very, very well. He got his team right back in the game. A little bit of a back and forth, a little shaky early on, even with the Timbersaw one-sided lane, and then all of a sudden, we just had scrap after scrap going in favor of UCLA. I think the nail in the coffin, honestly, was the courier kill. One of those times where killing a courier wasn't worth it. I discussed it twice already, but giving away your position right before the team fight you needed to get you back in the game, it was just so favorable that they killed the courier, because then they knew exactly where they were, and they set up, and we saw it jump on the Lich. All of a sudden, Earthshaker dunks them, and the rest of the team goes down. Same with the racks.
Yeah, and then the as far as how the game went, UCLA came out and just started stomping in the laning phase, and based on the first 2 games, well, not necessarily based on the first 2 games, but it looked pretty grim for them. But they instead.
Any thoughts? Rex?
Can you not hear me? Hello.
Hello.
Let's try that, Carlton.
Hello.
Yeah. No, so what I was saying is that I think based on how the laning phase was going, it looked like UCLA was going to just start to run over this game. But UCSD, they showed some real big signs of life, and they started, getting some good movements, some good team play, and they really recovered it. Brought it back down to even after a 4K lead up for LA in the early game.
Arc Warden got pretty greedy with those creep farming items, trying to farm heroes. Didn't go too well, but then we saw Storm Spirit, the smoke gank where Bristleback got initiated on, but wasn't quite tanky enough. Storm Spirit went deep for Patience, thinking the fight was going to go well. I mean, the 2 fights before that, they went for the Arc Warden. They managed to turn the fight around. That one, though, not so much, and I think that's where the snowball started. And
yeah,
then with the
that's my turning point. That's what I would have to select for my turning point in this game as well. When the Bristleback got gone on, and then half the team kind of went in and half didn't, and everything just started falling apart from there.
Storm Spirit spent all his mana to get in the fight. Couldn't get out when he realized that might not have been the best call.
Yes. All right, everyone. We were very happy to bring you a fantastic series, UCLA versus UCSD. It is congratulations to UCLA, who are now 5-1. I think, is that correct, or 5-2? 5-2.
Love it. Yeah.
My name is Wivrex. You can find me on Twitter at Dota Brews. If you like cast and if you like Dota-themed adult beverages, give me a follow there on the Twitter. This man here, his name is Carlton. You can find him at Twitter at Carlalton. If you like high-energy, handsome boys, give him a follow on Twitter. And if you like CSL and want to join our Discord community, Type !Discord there in the Twitch chat. You can find us on Twitter as well at twitter.com/CStarLeague. You can find us at twitter.com/Collegiate Dota 2 or Dota Collegiate Dota and facebook.com/CStar League. And finally, before we bid you adieu, we would like to give one big shout out for our sponsor. That's Twitch. Twitch, as you know, is the biggest streaming platform in gaming, and they support college esports. From PAX East and West and many more events, CSL would not be what it is today without the help and support from them. So be on the lookout for cool opportunities to get involved with Twitch in the near future and show them some love for their support at twitter.com/Twitch and facebook.com/Twitch. Once
Thanks,
again,
Twitch.
this was
I love
Wivrex. Yeah, Twitch, you're pretty sweet. This was Wivrex and Carlton. We'll see you guys next week because we have no games on Wednesday for Thanksgiving or Thursday.
Take care and have a good night, everyone.
Good night.
Woo!